Hey everyone, in this video I'll be building the golden snitch. This isn't a DIY or a tutorial. Trust me, if you buy this and build it, it is so easy with pictures to follow and it's all numbered. You all enjoyed me building Dobby and wanted to see me build the snitch, so here it is. And while you watch me build this, I thought I'd share my thoughts and ramblings, and when I say ramblings, I mean it. I'm going to ramble. This isn't going to be a well put together review on the cursed child, it's just me rambling about it. And just to be clear, these are my opinions and I'd appreciate it if you don't get on me about how I feel about this book. We all have different opinions and I'd appreciate it if you respect my opinions and I'll respect yours. That being said, I'm only doing this because you guys want to know how I feel about the book. I've been getting a lot of requests to make a review about it, and this is what I decided to do while you watch me build this snitch. That way it's not a boring video of you seeing me talk, so you get to see me build something and hear me talk about the cursed child. I will definitely say spoilers in this video, so if you haven't read the book yet, I suggest you click out now or mute the video if you still want to watch me build the golden snitch. Put some background music on, do what you want to do. I just want to warn you all that I will be saying spoilers. I just really don't want to spoil any of you, and that's why I'm trying to be very clear, and I will put it in the title as well just so it's extra clear. So I wrote down everything that I wanted to say. Hopefully it's everything that I want to say. If I have some more to talk about, I will write it down in the description box if I forget to say anything. But yeah, let me just start off by saying I never wanted a Next Generation book. I've always wanted a Marauders era book or books, and I feel this book was unnecessary. And I know that sounds so ungrateful because of course I miss new Harry Potter books, but I sort of feel they milked the series too far, and we ended up with this really fanficky book. I am excited for Fantastic Beasts though, because that's a prequel and it doesn't mess with the OG 7 books. The old characters in the new book Cursed Child were sort of out of character for me. Like, sure, they grew up quite a bit since the 7th book and they may be different, but I don't know, they just felt extremely out of character and sometimes almost cringy for me. I get it wasn't just J.K. Rowling writing this, so maybe that's why the characters were being so out of character. But there were some parts I liked, like I love Scorpius, like I love him. He makes me feel so proud to be a Slytherin, and if it wasn't for him, I would not have continued reading the book. I feel okay, I would have finished the book, but he made it really enjoyable at times. I kind of can't believe Draco produced such a lovely child. I'm pretty sure that had a large part to do with his wife, but I don't know, Draco, he seems like such a great dad, and I really fell in love with his character, but I felt he overshared sometimes, like with his feelings. There was this one part where I literally cringed, but I'm pretty sure it was a favorite part for you Draco and Hermione shippers. He said something like, "I'm being bossed around by Hermione Granger and I like it," and I was like, what? This is so right out of a fanfiction. I've never read Draco and Hermione fanfiction before, but Hermione is bossy, so I could totally see it happening. But overall, I enjoyed every part Draco was in. I started to really love him, and now I'm a fan of him. He and his son were my favorite parts of the book. Now let's talk about Rose Granger Weasley. Yes, don't forget the Granger bit to her name. It was so annoying how you just had to call her Rose Granger Weasley all the time. I felt she was so self-absorbed, entitled, and snobby. I feel that's so harsh, but that was my first impression of her and the impression I got of her as the book continued. Okay, so Hermione was annoying in the beginning, but she grew out of it real quick. To be fair, Rose isn't all that much in the book, but still, we don't get much of Ron and Hermione's kids, and that sucks that what we did get is, well, her. Towards the end of the book, it could be interpreted that she may grow out of it all, but we may never know. But by the way, I mean, she probably might not grow out of it because the book, it starts in their first year and then it continues like each year, you know what I mean? It time jumps. So I don't know, she could just be that way, you know, but well. I hate how Scorpius has a crush on her. Like, nope. He deserves better. I thought for sure Albus and him were vibing. Their friendship is a little too friendly, if you know what I mean. I feel like they could have seriously went that way, but maybe it would have taken over the story and everyone would pay attention to strictly that and nothing else. But I mean, I would have preferred that than the plot and story that we got. So let's talk about Albus now. I don't really like him all that much. He definitely wants a pity party every 5 seconds. I think I would have enjoyed seeing James, which is Harry and Ginny's other kid, causing mischief all over Hogwarts, but whatever. People were getting on Harry about being a bad dad, but I mean, I will stick up for Harry no matter what. I don't know, I have this weird thing where I'm so overprotective over Harry. I feel like we're alike in many ways, and I know he shouldn't have said that he wishes Albus wasn't his kid, but I know he didn't mean it. Sometimes when we're mad, we say things we don't mean. I know I do that, and Albus is always trying to provoke him, I feel. He definitely provoked that situation, and I know Harry should probably just take it because he is the parent. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but I feel like I would probably say some dumb shiz like that because we aren't perfect. We're all humans, and we all have tempers. We all know Harry has a temper. I don't know, I feel like we were too harsh on him, and I feel like Albus should be a little more grateful and thankful that he has two parents who love him and try to connect with him. Harry may not be the best at connecting with Albus, but at least he tries when most parents, some parents, don't even try to connect with their kids, and I feel like he should get some credit for that. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being overprotective over Harry because I connect with Harry on so many levels and I will always protect Harry. I don't know. That's how I feel though. Am I the only one who thinks Albus is a little bratty? Not to mention a little bit stupid. Like, he does some stupid stuff. But, I don't know, whatever. Let's just go back to Scorpius because I love him so much. Bravo, Draco and his wife. I can't believe they killed off his wife and Scorpius's mom. I mean, I can believe it because J.K. Rowling kills everyone. Man. And that rumor that Draco's not his dad, that Voldemort is his dad, and I'm not even gonna get into Voldemort's child yet because I can't even talk about it. Like, I can't even. We'll talk about that later. So let's just talk about that damn time turner. So the third book is my favorite of the lot, but not at all because of that stupid time turner. I don't F with time. I think it's a dumb plot line. They needed to travel in time for a storyline, which sucks and a total cop-out. They could have been more creative with it, but no, time traveling. And to time travel to save Cedric, like, I like Cedric, sure, but to go back in time and save him, I could think of a billion other characters to go back in time to save. I don't want to say he's not worth it, but I mean, Cedric. I mentioned this before, but I don't like his dad. His dad in the books alone, not the movies, is annoying and rude. Sure, I sympathize with him. I sympathize with his loss, but that doesn't excuse how he treated Harry and continues to treat Harry. Even Cedric was sort of embarrassed of the way his dad was treating Harry and apologetic for him. And yeah, in Cursed Child, he was under the spell of Delphi, which we'll get to her later. Anyways, even after the spell wore off, he was still a jerk. I understand the way he feels, but holding on to that anger and taking it out on Harry is unfair. It's Voldemort's fault, not Harry's, and he needs to finally come to terms with that. Maybe that's just my overprotectiveness of Harry, but that's just how I feel. Okay, so yeah, characters I'd rather go back in time to save. I would, of course, choose Sirius because he's my favorite character, and because my dream was to have Harry and him be a real family after all this was done. It made my heart burst with feels when Sirius was like, yo, you're my godson, and when I'm free and my name is clear, we can be a real fam. And you can live with me, and I wanted that to happen. No, I needed that to happen so badly. Dobby, he finally became a free elf and bam, dead. Because that's how J.K. Rowling rolls. Remus and Tonks. Remus, finally happy after a lifetime of a cursed life, and finally gets a family and bam, dead. Fred, which I think I would want to bring back the most because it pains my heart thinking of George without Fred. You think of them as a whole, and it pains me that George has to live his life without his twin, and J.K. Rowling was true evil when she killed him off. Sure, there are other characters who I rather would be brought back, and that I would screw with time to get them back, but that's just a few to name, and some of the unmentioned names like James and Lily would F with time too much. Yeah, they are my OTP, but to keep them alive would screw with time in a massive horrid way, and I feel like, wow, out of all the people that died, we go back in time for Cedric. Then shiz happens and we get these bizarre alternate realities like Cedric becoming a Death Eater. Like, what? He kills my homie Neville again. What? Of course, in both alternate realities, Hermione and Ron aren't together, which we know why that happened, because J.K. Rowling said she regretted putting them together or something like that. But to me, the alternate realities, proved how much they were meant to be together, because they were kind of miserable people without each other in those alternate realities, and in reality, they were better people together. I mean, Hermione is Minister for Magic. Like, oh my god, she's so boss. Like, I mean, Ron is sort of lame in the book, but I don't know, I feel like his character didn't really shine in the book. But I love that bit where he asked Hermione to renew their vows, which was so sweet, and I ship them even more now. I also ship Ginny and Harry even more so because of this book. I think their relationship is great. Oh, this is so random, but I wanted to mention this before I get into the last bit I have to say, and it's when Albus convinces Scorpius to get on top of the Hogwarts Express to escape and jump off the train, and then the trolley lady appears on top of the train as well, and she turns into this weird creature. Like, it's so freaking bizarre and weird. Like, what the heck was going on? I don't know. Okay, let's get into the last bit, which I hated the most. So this is obviously Beldelphi, the one who claimed to be Cedric's relative, but no, she's Voldemort's child. Voldemort had a baby with Bellatrix. No, just no, 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 no. It's so fanfiction. It's so fanfiction. Like, I don't see how this happened. The time the baby was conceived makes no sense to me. And Voldemort connecting to a human in that way is sort of impossible to imagine. But then again, it was impossible to imagine how Hagrid was conceived. So I guess in the HP universe, people are just popped out with no type of logic. Sure, it's clear that Bella loved Voldy, but Voldy, I mean, he just cannot be bothered to connect in that way with a human. He's no longer human at this point. His soul is ripped into many pieces, and I felt he took pride in him being the only heir to Slytherin, so I don't see him trying to produce a child. I mean, obviously he didn't know about the kid. I don't know why I'm explaining this. You and I both know this is utter insanity and BS. It's just not possible. He was reborn. He had no nose. I'm sure he didn't even eat or like had all his body parts, or even if his body parts even function correctly. I don't know. It's not even the fact that he cannot understand love or feel love, because love doesn't play much a factor when you wanna with someone. But do you see Voldy doing that with anyone? No, especially during that time. The baby was born before the Battle of Hogwarts, and I'm sure he was busy doing other things, not getting freaky with Bellatrix for sure. Like, I feel like that would repulse him in some way. I don't know. Like, I thought I understood him, and this just... I don't know, guys. I just can't say I didn't like the book. I did like some parts, and I feel like I didn't talk about those parts as much as I did about the negative parts. I'm just really mixed about it. I hope you guys don't take this in the wrong way, like, oh, she's so negative, like she can't just enjoy the fact that we got a new Harry Potter book. I just really needed to say the things that I said. I hope you guys feel somewhat the same, like I'm not alone in this, like I'm not some crazy person who thinks it's just really fanficky. I don't know. But overall, I did enjoy reading it. It did get me hooked. I just tried to see it as a fan fiction instead of canon, because there are some things about this book that I just cannot accept as canon. I did end up putting the book down at one point because I got kind of tired of the whole time traveling thing and the bizarre things that were happening. So I did take a break, and then like a couple weeks. I took a break for a couple weeks and then I picked the book back up and finished it. So now I have some apologizing to do because I know I was really negative in the video and I should have talked more about the positive parts. I overanalyze too much, and that's just how I am, and I'm sorry about that. I know I should just be grateful we got a new Harry Potter book, even though I feel we probably could have done without it, even though I don't think we could have done without it, because Scorpius is too much of an awesome character to not have in our lives, you know what I mean? I did hear though that the play is actually really magical and it's a way better experience than actually reading the script book, so I wish I could see the play, but unfortunately I don't think I can unless they release a video on the play. I feel like no matter what, we can't ever get the perfection of the first 7 books, so yeah, we just have to take what we can get. I really do ship Scorpus. I think that's their ship name. I'm pretty sure they meant to go that route. I'm pretty sure that they don't actually mean for Scorpius to get with Rose eventually. I feel like with time, both of the boys are going to realize their feelings for each other, and that's how I feel. I think, like, their friendship is very beautiful and it's really sweet, and that's a positive thing to take away from this book as well. I'm also very happy that both the main characters are Slytherin, just because I'm a Slytherin and it made me really happy to see that happen. I'm rambling too much at this point, so I'm just going to end the video with some quotes that I enjoyed from the book. The first 2 are from Scorpius, of course. He says, "My geekness is a quiverin," which is so me. I would totally say that. And he also says, "All I ever wanted to do was go to Hogwarts and have a mate to get up to mayhem with, just like Harry Potter, and I got his son. How crazily fortunate is that?" I mean, my heart, it makes my heart really swell with feels. It's just, oh, I just love him. The next quote is from Albus, but he's talking about Scorpius. He says, "How to distract Scorpius from difficult emotional issues? Take him to a library," which reminds me of Ron, what he says about Hermione, you know, the whole library bit. I love that one. And the last quote, of course, is from Dumbledore, painting of Dumbledore because Dumbledore did, but he says, "In every shining moment of happiness is that drop of poison, the knowledge that pain will come again." I mean, that quote is probably one of my favorite quotes now, and I'm so glad that they added Dumbledore in this, and his parts are just great. I just loved him coming into the portrait to speak with Harry and share his knowledge and wiseness, and I'm really glad they added that to the book. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. I'm sure there's more things I want to say, but this video is long enough and I can't possibly talk about everything. I didn't want to make this review on The Cursed Child knowing the video would probably be too long, too rambly, and too negative. But since you guys really wanted this, I decided to go ahead and do it while building the golden snitch, so I hope you guys don't take my review to heart, and I hope you can respect my opinion on the book like I said earlier. I do hope you enjoyed the video regardless, and thanks for watching.